Good evening, my friends. It is with great joy that I step in and am able to share some thoughts with you this evening at the beginning of your holiday season and to give you some reminders and some pointers of things we wish you to know. It is so easy for you to think that you are walking on your life's journey alone. Because as you enter the world, you enter into the illusion of separation. And you think you are walking alone. And because you do not have the clairvoyant vision or the sensitivity for the clairsentience, you feel that you are alone most of the time, when in fact you aren't. If you could only see the armies of people who have been gathering for quite some time, to walk you through this transitional period as you go through the age, from the age of ignorance to the age of knowledge. You would be astounded. The guideposts that were spoken of today, it is no accident that these seeds were planted 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, so that you would be able to see the signposts today and understand that the road that you are traveling has been prepared for you for a very long time. The seeds of truth were planted and have slowly been germinating and slowly growing so that you can notice them along your path of your life and know that you are on the right path, that you are proceeding in the correct way to go and shed your perspective of ignorance and to become more and have a perspective of enlightenment and spirituality and truth, that you are divine. It is not just talk. It is not just wishful thinking. You are that energy, but it takes the realization and the acceptance of your own self to that fact to allow it to manifest into your life and to go forward. The story that was spoken of the medium who was rejected through most of their life, but yet came to the realization that she had what it takes. She realized that she had the divine power within her all along, and she began to use it. And then she defied gravity and could fly. You, my friends, can do the very same. You can not only fly, you can manifest whatever you want into your life. But you have to have the realization that you are the power and that it is your divine right to use it and practice it and not let anyone diminish it or talk you out of it. You need to come to that self-realization that you are divine and can do whatever you set to be out to do without hesitation. And when that knowingness and that belief is strong enough, and you put the energy behind your thoughts will materialize. The story was planted into the author's mind so that everyone would have that knowledge. Unfortunately, most people think it's a fairy tale. But you, my friends, know it's the absolute truth. You just have to bring forth that power, that knowingness, that belief in yourself, that knowledge. Erase all doubt and manifest whatever you want in your life. The great teacher of 2,000 years ago came to teach that to you. And he did. Unfortunately, his message was muddled up and buried in the mud and corrupted so that very few people understood it and very few people were able to practice it. And you lived in the age of ignorance for centuries and centuries of time. But that veil is lifting, that awakening is happening, and people will soon know that they too can fly and can defy gravity. And when that day comes, and that eon of time comes, it will be grand and spectacular beyond what you can imagine at this point in time. So we ask you to live your truth to the best of your abilities, to take time to do the consciousness gathering, to spend time in the divine energy, because as you spend time in it, as it states, things come back into alignment the way it is supposed to. Your self-doubts will disappear. Your confidence will appear. Your knowledge of your divine nature will get strong and grow. And you too can manifest what you want in your life. And that is the greatest gift of all that anyone can give you. It's not that anything's being given to you. It's that you give yourself the permission and the power and the knowledge to use the power that was always within you. I hope that this reminder will fortify your journey. And remember, you are never walking alone. There are so many people who have laid the path before you, and you are walking down that path. Walk with confidence, walk with hope, and walk with the knowledge that you are divine crystalline energy. So be it.
So be it. Thank you, Carl and friends, for being here. Thank you for that beautiful message. Our first question is from Susan Yu. It is my understanding that we have other dimensional aspects of ourselves on other dimensions, and that we are just one part of our higher self. There are many other parts. Can you speak on having another dimensional aspect of ourself merge with the human aspect of ourself that we are now in? Thank you.
My friends, it is very much like the message that was spoken of today. The message that once you have the knowledge of something, you gain its understanding. The fact that you are aware of the fact that you are a multidimensional being and that parts of you are someplace else having other experiences is the key factor to accessing it. For if you didn't know that, how could you access it? So what you need to do to access what's going on in your other dimensional lives is to go into the divine crystalline energy. You can use the recordings that we have been using, and enter into that state, into that being, into that vibration, and set the intention of bringing forth one of your other aspects and merging with it. You may want to visualize it as if you were sitting in front of a mirror, looking at a reflection of yourself, but don't see the physical part of yourself. See the divine crystalline energy in the mirror. You do not want to limit it to what you look like in your life now, because your other dimensional self will probably and will look different. So go back into the essence of what you are, which is divine crystalline energy. See yourself as a ball of light sitting in front of a mirror and seeing another ball of light, and then seeing the two merge and saying an affirmation and saying the words, and have the intention of having the knowledge that you have and the knowledge of the other sphere that you are seeing, which is actually part of yourself, merge together and sit in that combined energy for a while. And you will absorb the feelings, the emotions, and the knowledge of what is going on in the other dimension. You may want to allow that to sit for a day or two and repeat it and see yourself sitting and have a different aspect in the mirror. And you can bring in and merge with these, your other aspects, to gain insight into what they are experiencing. Do you understand?
Thank you. The next question is from Susan Yu. Can you kindly comment on the Arcturian holographic healing chambers being offered by a lady named Vivian Chauvet, who is an Arcturian hybrid? She does many other types of work here with her delegation, but I am asking about the holographic healing chambers in particular. Thank you. Does the medium have energy to go a little bit more? He seems rather tired.
The energy of the medium is fine. His voice is not doing well, but his energy is fine. Continue, please.
Okay, thank you. The next question is from Carol C. We have many children who've been vaccinated by parents who believed they were doing what was right and they were protecting their children. Parents who trusted their doctors and the healthcare system. These children now are often afflicted with various diseases such as autism, ADHD, and others. What can be done now to counteract these intentional vaccine injuries? Are people waking up to the terrible damage they have done and are doing? But what about the children? Thank you.
We say to you that the best thing that can be done right now for the children is to teach them about their divine crystalline energy, have them use the recordings and have them sit in their energy and have as they sit in there, as it says, things will be adjusted and things can change. This is a good stopover measure until the vibrational healings are actually in popular use. For that will change everything and be able to counteract the damages that were done through the vaccines and things of that nature. Help is on the way. It is coming. It is coming soon. But until then, you can use the tools that we've been giving you to assist. Do you understand?
Thank you. The next question is from Carol C. Will Canada become the 51st state of the United States? Will it merge with the United States? Thank you.
That comment was made as a joke, and there is no such thing as that happening. However, what will be happening is that eventually all countries, including your own, their governments will dissolve and people will no longer need governments, and people will be on a more spiritual level and be able to live and exist peacefully with one another. And therefore, government will not be and be no longer required or needed. That will happen in the long run. So eventually, the whole concept of government will disintegrate and it will not be there. But before that happens, your country and Canada will not merge. However, there will be an increased sense of cooperation, not a change of identity, but more cooperation between the two countries will be on the horizon shortly as changes happen in your own government systems, and much of the decay and rot will be eliminated, and therefore there will be lots of changes. The purging that is about to take place within your government is very much like a catalyst that will have effects around the world. For as things change within your country, it will set off a reaction and go through around the world, making changes in many, many, many countries. People, it is going to be a grand awakening. People will start to see what it is like to live in a more positive vibration without all the divisions and um, the negativity that was sown. Many people in your political system wanted the division because they wanted the power. They wanted the one group fighting another. As this disintegrates and people will start to get along better and things will start to get on a more positive level, there will be no returning to the way things were because people will not allow it, and the growth will start and things will continue to grow in a positive light. Do you understand?
Thank you. And that's all very encouraging. That is our last question. So we thank you so much for being here with us. We love you all. Thank you.
It is our grand pleasure that we can speak with you and to provide the guidance that you seek and to help you along the way into the changing eras that you are living in. We can only encourage you to use the tools that we have given you, to view the signposts along the way to encourage you, and for you to live your life as divine crystalline energy, knowing that you are divine and knowing that you can manifest what you are, that you are divine. and can manifest whatever you desire. Begin to use that. Begin to use those skills, and you too can do what you wish and be an example for those who are coming behind you, who are first waking up to the fact that their lives they have been living have not exactly been the correct way of doing things, that they have been manipulated to believe the false news, to believe the fairy tales, the ideologies of religions, and that have had them believe that God lives in the sky and not within, and they did not realize that they are gods themselves, even though it said that in our holy book that they profess so strongly. It's there, but they don't see it, just as we have been speaking about it today. You have to know it and absorb it and become it. We ask you during this holiday season to live in joy, to live in the now, to be with your friends and family, and to enjoy the season, to remember the reason for the season, to remember the fact that Yahshua ben Joseph, who you know as Jesus, came to the world as a way shower. He provided so many truths to you. You understand what those truths are. You have been learning how those truths have been changed and what the real ways of the energies meant and how they were supposed to be used. Incorporate them, use them in your life, and share that knowledge with others, and help the others who are first learning this to walk in your path and lead the way. Be the best spiritual light that you can be in this season of light and joy. I leave you with my grandest love and my deepest blessings. Enjoy your holiday seasons and be the light that you are. So be it.
So be it. Thank you.